That's not true because there's flames right here. So, Artemis Pile. Hello everybody, John with Vynyly here, and welcome to another 5 on Friday. Now this one's going to be a little bit different. Normally with 5 on Friday, we talk about one album and tell you 5 things you may not know about it. This time, we're going to talk about 5 different albums and give you one reason why they are rare or collectible. So, a little bit different 5 on Friday. Hang with me. Here we go. Number 1, our first rare, unusual, collectible album cover is this one, Lynyrd Skynyrd's Street Survivors. This particular one is an early press. It's called the Flames cover because, obviously, there are flames on the cover. Now, this was printed before the plane crash, which took the lives of singer Ronnie Van Zant and guitar player Steve Gaines. There was some rumor that the cover was cursed and that anyone who was touched by the flames died in the plane crash. Obviously, that's not true. As you can see, flames touching almost every member of the band here, including right here is Artemis Pyle, who is still alive to this day, as far as I know. So later pressings took the back cover picture right here and made it bigger, and that was the new front cover. But this is the Flames cover from Lynyrd Skynyrd, is our number 1 collectible album cover. Number 2, this one's a really interesting one, I think. This is the debut EP from Stryper. Very, very hard to find this cover. There were only 20,000 of these printed because the label Enigma was not so sure that a Christian heavy metal band was going to sell very many albums. So they printed 20,000 copies of the first run, and you can tell the first run covers because the bottom is cut off here. All of these missiles contain the number 777 and the initials of a band member. This one is Michael Sweet here, and we've got Tim Gaines here, and Oz Fox here. Robert Sweet's is cut off. Once the album started to sell, and it was obvious that some people would accept a Christian heavy metal band, they reprinted this with the full picture, with the full hand of God and the missiles and everything else. Stryper is definitely a unique band. I mean, they took a lot of heat from the heavy metal community for being Christian, and they took a lot of heat from the Christian community for being heavy metal, so they were stuck in the middle. But this is their debut EP. It is an EP. There's only blah, 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 blah. There's only 6 songs on here, and this is the Yellow and Black Attack from 1984. Number 3, unusual or collectible album covers is this one, Clouds by Joni Mitchell. Some songs on here that you might recognize if you're a Joni Mitchell fan. Chelsea Morning, that song about the Midway, and Both Sides Now. But what's collectible about this particular version of this album is this artwork was done by Joni. This is a self-portrait. And on the back, you can see, if I zoom in here, you can see the seam in the canvas running right down here. So that tells you that this is an early pressing, because later pressings, they airbrushed that out so you couldn't see the seam. So if you're looking to find a copy of Clouds by Joni Mitchell, look on the back, look for the seam. If you find the seam, you have an early pressing. Number 4, I think this one's pretty cool. This is Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey by Bruce Springsteen. This one has Blinded by the Light, Growing Up, The Angel for You, Spirit in the Night, lots of classics on this. This is Springsteen's debut album. And you'll notice that on many copies, the front is designed to look like a postcard, like one of those souvenir postcards you would get from the Jersey Shore. And it's all printed as a postcard here with a little Springsteen stamp on the inside. These are not too hard to find. So if you're interested in finding a copy, I think you'll be able to find one. But this is a pretty unique album package, if you ask me, and that's our number 4. Number 5, Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. I already talked about Sticky Fingers as being one of my go-to albums when I just want to listen to something great. But this is an early pressing of Sticky Fingers. This one has the zipper you can actually, it's an actual zipper. You can unzip like that. And I'm going to be very careful with this because I don't want to rip it. But you could open this flap. Inside here it says the name Andy Warhol. This was designed by Andy Warhol. And what you'll want to be careful with if you find one of these in the wild is this little tab right here. This separates, right? So this little tab right here, a lot of times that tab is ripped off. And that was kind of a weak point of the design here. But another funny story that I heard about this, I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently when these were first printed, the records would all be stacked up. And because of the location of the zipper, they would start to damage the albums inside because it would be zipper on top of zipper on top of zipper, and they were all way down at the same point. So the solution was to unzip this partially to the midway point so that these zippers were resting on top of the label, on top of the spindle hole on the albums. They wouldn't do any damage. Now, I heard a story that a lot of the people who worked in the factories packaging these records were older ladies. So you can picture a bunch of little old ladies spending their entire day unzipping this guy's pants to put the albums in the case. I don't know if that's true or not, but I kind of hope it is. It's kind of funny. So anyway, that's number 5, Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. And that's it for another 5 on Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day.